Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome in. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Spawn action figure. This is made by McFarlane Toys, and this is Raven Spawn, as you can see here at the bottom. It looks like he's got a couple pretty cool weapons. We'll take a closer look at those when we get him pulled out of the box. Over here, oh, we don't want to go sideways. We just got the vertical picture of Spawn there. Pretty dark, hard to see. And then on the back, it looks like we have some photographs of the actual action figure here. Really cool picture on the back. That one is easy to see and really detailed. Cool picture of the figure. On this side, we have kind of a little half profile shot. It says Spawn at the top. Also cool pictures. They got some really cool artwork or pictures on this box. Really, though, it's pretty simplistic. No blurbs, no nothing to read. We've done the 360 of the box, so let's go ahead and get him pulled out and take a closer look. Like the DC figures, we have two round circle stickers here and then one here in the middle, and that is what you need to chop if you want to get this box open. Chop or cut. So then there is Spawn pulled out of the outer shell of the box. It looks really cool with that green kind of, I can't see if there's a picture behind it right now or not. It kind of just looks like a greenish yellow watercolor design on there. Let's go ahead and pull him out. And yeah, it just kind of looks like some smoky watercolor stuff going on in the background. And then he does have his Spawn figure stand. So we'll go ahead and get that pulled out in a minute. But for now, we want to go ahead and get Spawn pulled out. And it looks like he is super banded. So we're going to get our clippers out and get ready to get this guy pulled out of the package. Oh gosh, look at all these bands. All right, we'll get those cleaned up in just a minute. Let's get Spawn set down here so we can take a closer look. Mr. Stiff Knee there, Spawn. He is not wanting to stand for me. All right, we're going to go ahead and get his figure stand out, see if we can get him posed up. All right, so we finally got him stood up there. I spent probably 5 minutes trying to get him to stand without the figure stand, even using the staff as another point of contact on the table here, and I could not get this guy to stand no matter what I tried. I'm not sure what the problem is. It seems like one leg is longer than the other. He's constantly off balance, which really is weird because he seems like a pretty straight up and down, pretty uniform figure as far as that goes. He doesn't have any bulky weight hanging off the back or the front or anything like that. He's kind of just a straight up and down symmetrical-ish type character. So I was really shocked by that. I got this Spawn a while ago. I initially got him to make him into a Skeletor custom. That was my plan for this guy before I kind of started expanding into other action figures. And then I kind of just appreciate Spawn as Spawn here, how he sits. So I might pick up another one of these because the idea and the thought of turning him into a really cool Skeletor is still there and I still want to do it. So I'll probably have to try to find another one of these Raven Spawns. Maybe I can find another variant or something just so we'll have a little bit different style of one. But I do want to kind of turn one into Skeletor, because this spawn kind of is reminiscent of Skeletor if you just took a couple things away and then added a couple different things, as well as change the color up. As we know, Skeletor is kind of a blue and purple. Spawn here is kind of a brown and black. So first, we'll go over this accessory. Now, a lot of the things that I have been getting recently have had real chains in them, or at least like Michelangelo's nunchucks and stuff. So I think one custom that I'm definitely going to do is just clip this chain and replace it with a real chain, because there's no real good way to pose it up. I understand it's kind of got an S maybe for spawn or something like that, but it see there, it just doesn't fit in his hands. Like, it just doesn't work well, where if that was a real chain, he could hold maybe one in each hand, something like that, and the chain would kind of dangle below. So I feel like this piece is kind of a fail. It's just kind of bulky and awkward. I'm going to end up hanging it on a wall if I don't like the way it looks with a different chain. It might just become another background piece. That's another good thing about these extra weapons and stuff that comes with different characters, is you can kind of just use them as a background in your diorama. And then here he comes with his like sickle reaper style staff, kind of more like an axe than a reaper scythe, but really cool. It's got some notches here that definitely went in on the sculpt. We've got a skull down here, a skull in the middle here, and then another skull up top. It is all kind of this brownish, kind of purpley color, and then we do have metallic silver, obviously, on the two blades. Would have been cool if they would have put the metallic silver on this spike at the top, and these spikes here at the bottom as well, but it looks like they've either forgot about that or they just weren't worried about those bits. Either way, we will set that off to the side and take a quick look at his articulation. So he can look to the left, although not very much. His head's stiff, and I'm always afraid of breaking these McFarlane figures. That's my biggest issue, because I had a Superman break on me. The first DC McFarlane guy that I ever got, his head snapped right off. So we can look to the left slightly, we can look to the right, but as you can see, it snaps back. And that's what the Superman head was doing before it broke, so I'm just a little leery. He can look down, and then he can look up a little bit, not super far. That's it right there. As far as his arms, because of these pads here, it's making it hard for his arms to really go up, but they do rotate all the way around. He does have a double jointed elbow, so he does get a really nice bend up in there. He can fully go up, touch his head, as you can see here, just in case he's thinking about something, needs to scratch his head. As we come down to the wrists, they do articulate. They're on a ball joint, so they will move this way, this way and this way, as well as spin all the way around there. This just kind of covers that joint so you don't see it as well. And then as far as his diaphragm cut, it is right here. So he can crunch forward a little bit, and it looks like they give you a little split there that kind of helps that not be such a pain. He will go back really far, and then he can go to the left and the right as well. Let's see if he has a separated waist. It looks like he also has a separate waist, which is cool. A couple of the figures, it's either been so stiff I couldn't move it, or they didn't even have a separate waist. Let's pull the stand off for just a second. Get his arms out here so we can take a little look. His hand is twisted around backwards there. I was wondering why that was so funny looking. So then as far as his splits, he can go out to there. You can see he's got the classic McFarlane joints up in there. No thigh swivel on this guy. It would break this pattern up of this barky stuff that he has kind of on the outside of his legs. Really cool also. Double jointed knees, as you can see, bends all the way up. He's got little spiky things here on the side, but they are rubber. As you can see, they're bending around. They're not really going to poke or hurt you like some of the other pointy things that we've found on action figures. When it comes to his feet, they will rock side to side, as well as down a little bit, but not much, and up a little bit, but not much. And again, that's due to all this stuff on his pants, just kind of not allowing as much movement as could possibly be there. Let's try one more time to get him to stand up on his own, just because I don't like There we go. As long as we don't bump the table or anything, even ever so slightly, he'll stand there for just a minute. See if we can get him to just... Nope, I shouldn't have touched him. We're gonna get him to stand here for just... Well, no, we're not. We have the figure stand. Why am I fighting him? We'll just stick that little thing in his foot there. We'll go ahead and bring his arms down. And then who do we want to pull in? Let's just go ahead. We will pull in, this guy's from a recent review. This is Bruce Wayne from the Batman movie, The Batman. So as you can see, he's scaling taller than Bruce Wayne. I would say half an inch, possibly an inch. So he might be coming in at the tip of his hat. It is raised up there. He might come in closer to 7.5 inches than the standard 7 inches. Either way, really cool figure. Happy to get him out of the box. I do wish his head was not so fragile. It does feel like it's going to break. But other than that, and the issues with him standing on his own, what can I say? I mean, you guys can see him. You see all the detail they put into that sculpt and mold. They just went crazy on this Raven spawn. I'm going to go ahead and get him out of the way because he was just a quick little size comparison. But there he is. I mean, I don't really need to say much. This guy is amazing looking. As we go down, you can look, he's got little skulls sculpted onto the knees of his boots. These little spikes everywhere. Another skull down here sculpted onto his boots. Like, here in the belt. This guy's just really cool. They did an excellent job on him. As far as the back, that's what he's going to look like from the back if you were to lift up the cape. Again, they didn't really leave out anything, even though this is all covered up by cape. They did a really good job making sure all the sculpts were there. So there is a Raven spawn. Thank you guys for checking out the video. Don't forget to tell someone you love them. Have yourself a blessed day. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one.